Can you do a number 2 in your Range Rover? Welcome back to the Lost Cause Ranch. That's right, guys. We found, quite possibly, the only Range Rover in the world that has a toilet in it. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we have it. That's right, guys. Those of you familiar with us know we love our Land Rovers. So this, a 1995 Range Rover Classic converted to a camper, comes of no surprise that you would see it on here. Not familiar with the Lost Cause Ranch, we buy some basket case Land Rovers and fix them up. This qualifies as a basket case, I think. That is a 1995 Range Rover Classic long wheelbase that someone decided to slice the back off of and put a 1976 Sunrader camper off a Toyota pickup. Toyota? I can't talk. But either way, Ted was browsing on the old Bring a Trailer one day and sent this to me. He may regret that mistake a little bit because we have a whole lot more work for us now. But let's give you a tour of one unique Land Rover that you can live in. This particular Range Rover did a trip from the US down to Panama with the couple who had it living in it. That sounds interesting to me. I want to be a part of that. In the intro here, we started off with the neatest party trick on this guy, and that is that flip-up rear door / awning. The flip-up rear awning brings the outdoors to you, including, quite possibly, some of the best views you can have while pooping. All jokes aside about the toilet, it's kind of necessary if you're living in something. You got to have somewhere to go. But let's get to looking at what this Range Rover camper includes. And then at the end, we're going to kind of go through what our plans are for it. I gotta figure that out too. I open the door every once in a while. That lock is finicky, and you do that. Annoying. Just look at the behemoth this guy is, standing at nearly 2 of me tall. Some meaty tires, 33 1250s with a tough looking offset on it. This one is a pretty capable camper of this size. This ain't no 2-wheel drive Toyota. It is 471 gears, 4-inch lift, 33-inch tires, Detroit True Track in the rear. So that coupled with the front winch, it'll get itself out of some sticky situations. So we'll be able to take this thing in some neat places. A little bit of a custom rear spring setup, because obviously we got some weight on the back. Inside here we have a 20-pound propane tank. That helps out with all the amenities inside. We have cut and rolled fenders all the way around to clear these tires. It did have 35-inch tires on it before, and we will be going back to that. And on these rear doors, this is quite possibly the neatest part of this whole deal. That's right, they still open. On this side, we have a 20-gallon water tank in addition to the 18-gallon water tank inside. The other side houses the charge controller for the solar panel. There is the roof. In addition to a solar panel, we have some surfboard mounts. Those are going to come in handy in Iowa. On the other side, we have access to the rear of the propane fridge, along with a pilot light, along with where you fill up with fuel. You can imagine how that goes. All right, so let's step inside here and check out our humble accommodations. This is kind of a small camper, so it's gonna be kind of tight on the video, but starting as you walk in, we have a Nature's Head composting toilet, along with a shower and an instant water heater. That's pretty sweet if you ask me. And around here we have some like 80-20 built cabinets. Little waste bin there. In here we have some more storage. up top, we have some bedding. And above the toilet, we have TP and wipes. And from the toilet, we're gonna flip to the other side, and that includes a 3-burner stove. I'm assuming it works. We have the propane turned off. I'm a little sketched out at some of that and the fact that it's been on fire before, so we're gonna go through everything before I try any of it. And this is probably gonna go away anyways. But above that, we have a hood with a light and a working fan. How wicked is that? Below the 3-burner stove, we have some additional storage. Beneath that, access to the water tank. And to the side of that, you guessed it, better access to the water tank. I don't know exactly how this works, but this is our tank level monitor for our waste tank fresh and battery level. We got some more storage up here. We're going to have to address fixing some of that. And it's a little hard to believe, but we have like a legit full-size kitchen sink in here. This thing actually has some really neat stuff going on. You don't get full-size appliances in most campers that can fit on a Range Rover. And then another neat nod back to the 70s, we have some legit OG Sunrader lamps. This is like some disco era stuff. And I'm not talking Land Rover disco, I'm talking like Bee Gees. Across from the sink is some neat little storage. We got our side windows with our curtains, screens included. Beneath those, we have a Dometic propane refrigerator, and all it is missing is a Lost Cause Ranch sticker. Inside there, we got plenty of room for some goodies. Beneath that guy, we have the house battery tucked away right behind the wheel well. That brings us to our dining and sleeping area. We got some cushioned seating, a nice little table. We're gonna have to sturdy that up. More seating on this side. And up top we have what is like close to a queen size mattress. I'll set you down here and we'll slide that guy out. It's actually pretty roomy. We have more flip up storage. Got some extra parts, which I imagine if you're taking a Range Rover through several countries, you probably want those. Over on this side, like I said before, charge controller, rear door, extra roof vent because we need to replace that. But look at that. When you're sleeping, you have a panoramic wraparound window. So wherever you're parked, you got the best view in the house. And what is probably pretty unique to this Range Rover is a pass-through to the front cabin. I'll meet you guys up there. That's right. We're up front. You can climb through. How awesome is that? Comment down below. Show me another Range Rover that you can sleep in, pass through. Up front is a pretty standard 1995 Range Rover interior. We have a Kenwood CD player. All the high tech. A backup monitor, and probably one of the most blown out Land Rover seats I have ever seen. If you saw the other video, I said this has too many farts on it. Way too many farts. It is all farted out. This is kind of a bummer. If you're familiar with the soft dash Land Rovers, this missing speaker grill, price of those, you can almost buy yourself a Discovery. Damn. Forgot about that too. In the back here, we have a power inverter. That thing came in handy on the trip back from Montana. So when you cut the rear off of the Range Rover and you put a camper above it, you have to have something to cover the sunroof hole. And they installed a, what I will call a diddles net. And you keep your chips in there. There's some creative storage that went into this thing. Some good space utilization. We also have a CB up here. I'm gonna have to get my old breaker trucker on. That's gonna be fun. No lot lizards for this guy though. Thankfully the toilet is vented as well. We don't need no poo smell in here. But there is the inside of our Range Rover camper. So what are we gonna do with this guy? Let's start with the house. We're gonna gut it all. It needs a little bit of a freshening, and there's nothing wrong with that. This camper has been on the earth for, 45 years. And in the gutting, we're gonna kind of change the layout a little bit. We're gonna update the stove and the sink. And I think we're gonna take this refrigerator, well, not actually this one. We're gonna take a new refrigerator and move it over to the side with the rest of the kitchen stuff, because having a propane fridge over the fuel fill is kind of sketchy, and we're gonna unsketchify that, and it may leave us some more storage room. We'll get a little creative, and you'll see the old Lost Cause Ranch woodworking skills coming out again. We're also gonna come up with a way for one additional belted, safe transport seat so we can have 3 people. We're gonna redo this guy because it's split and it's a little flimsy, so we'll sturdy up the slide out bed. We'll make the dinette flip out into another bed. So when we have 3 people, it's gonna be 2 people, 1 child. We'll have plenty of sleeping space. Then all this is gonna get gutted. We're going to rip up the floor. We got a soft spot in here. Right here you can kind of see I can push it down. I believe that is probably an access hole to the fuel pump. But either way, we're going to address that. So new floor, new interior. We'll probably keep the old 70s vintage style though, because that's wicked cool. Look at that. We got like a leather pleather headliner. Where else you get that? We need another one of these on here too. Complete. Hey, look. It's from the supercar state. The outside of this thing is going to need some attention as well. Overall, we have a very good starting point for a very, very cool camper, but we're going to have to learn how to do some fiberglass. We need some repairs on the rear door. She's a little chooched right there. You can see it doesn't fit like it's supposed to. This side's good. This side's not. We'll get some new seals in the windows. These were painted over. These will get replaced. The one window's cracked, so that's going to be an interesting thing to find if you have a lead on a Sunrader front window. I'm your guy. Rear suspension, we're going to rework a little bit. Probably add some air springs, or at least some helper bags of some sort. It actually drives surprisingly great for what's hanging on back here. Depending on what we do stove-wise, we'll be able to get rid of that. And some of this stuff, we'll fiberglass that smooth. We need a new rear step because I don't like that one. So that's pretty much it. After we get all the fiberglass work done and everything laid out on the inside, that leaves us to refinishing the exterior. It's got like a bed liner, something or other going on. Don't like this particular one. I'm not opposed to going back to bed liner on the body or the camper, but I don't want it black. It just doesn't quite fit the look I would like on this thing, and I don't want white on the topper, even though it does look like a big massive helmet. But we're gonna switch it up. I was like originally thinking maybe like some sort of darker gunmetal gray, maybe 2 different color gunmetal grays, one on the camper, one on the body, or maybe we go like Lost Cause Ranch green. I don't know. Let me know down below what you think color-wise so we can start mulling over that decision. But either way, welcome to one of the newest projects at the Lost Cause Ranch here. We will be keeping you up to date on this guy with a neat little like van life build out. Man, I'm hopping on all the bandwagons. We're gonna Roverland the heck out of this thing. And next year, we'll have some neat adventures. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the walk around on what is possibly the only Range Rover camper in the world. It's here in Iowa at the Lost Cause Ranch. We'll catch you on the next one.